Hey, Peter, just overall your thoughts on how this last preseason game went out, and how you feel that's positioned you for the start of the year.
Um, I thought we started a little slow in the game um, and lacked some intensity. I think when we came out the second half, we were a completely different group, and almost didn't even let them come over midfield. So uh, good response by us in the second half, and then you know I, what has happened throughout preseason is everybody is finding a way to contribute in a meaningful way, and so the amount of, I believe, pressure that will be position to position is has taken an upswing, which is really good, and players are very motivated. So I think all in all, the game was good. It's good for us to come out with the win. The way we got the 3 goals were all really good situations. 2 of them were penalty kicks, but it was incredible intensity for us in that our aggressive nature and the transition of the ball turned over for us to get into the box the way we did was great. The header that Lennis scored, again, numbers in the box, which we want our wingers to do. And so the young guys are really picking up on a lot of those things, which is really encouraging.
And then we saw no Daniel Sperry or no Johnny Russell or Tim Leibold today. Just update on their status and maybe the overall health of the squad.
So Leibold is training right now. We're doing a V8 game here because of the ear contusion that he took. We just felt it was best to just keep him a little bit more of a controlled environment, which is today, and then he'll be back in full on Tuesday, and Johnny as well.
Our next question will go to Chad Smith with the Kansas City Soccer Journal. Chad, your line is open.
Here, congrats on the win today. So you all talked to us last week about how we're unlikely to have a signing before the season at designated player. Do you know when the team will be adding a designated player and or filling your last 2 roster spots?
Not sure yet. Obviously we're still looking and trying to make sure that it's the right fit. But we could potentially still do somebody before this window closes. But the objective is to either do it before this window closes or a summer window.
And then the team spent preseason in Florida this year after, probably 15 seasons in Arizona, give or take. How would you compare the 2 places? Were there any benefits over Florida versus Arizona? Can you kind of just talk us through it?
The reason why I came here is there's a couple. I mean, first off, we couldn't really go back to Arizona this year. Place where we're at, a hotel. And obviously, you find another hotel, but the hotel we usually go to is in renovation. We did not have a good training facility last year when we were there. We had been there for years, and unfortunately, the fields were just very poor, which it had not been in years prior to. So that was part of it. And then the final piece was I just felt that going to a new place would be, good for the nervous system, a little excitement for the guys, but keep them on their toes. And then the other is that we got to play all East Coast or Eastern Conference teams, which we don't face normally, and that was good. That was good for us. And playing here at Atlanta right before the start of the season was a tremendous game for us. We played Charlotte, we played Nashville. I mean, all these games, they've been very good for us. And then obviously the Miami team in the USL just provide us with different competition we don't get a chance to see. But I do think that the change has been really good for the group.
And then last one from me, Daniel Sperry returned today after being out for a while. How did you think he looked in his 45 minutes?
I think he's not as sharp as he normally would be, with the fact that he was out for some time. So he's gonna have to work towards getting that. The good thing is there's a couple other guys that are actually are very sharp. So it helps us, with that fact. And that's what I was saying earlier. There's quite a few guys right now that they are really pushing for playing time, which is tremendous. And that's great for the team. It's great for the team environment.
Next question will go to Daniel Sperry. Daniel, your line's back open.
I think you said with Johnny. Can you just kind of expand on what Johnny's issue is?
He just had a little bit of a knock, and we just decided I'm not going to play him in this game. He's been in everything all throughout preseason. Hasn't missed anything. So I just didn't want to put him in any situation that might keep him out. But he'll be right back in with the group season.
You mentioned the quality of the fields last year not being great. I mean, I don't know if there's a direct correlation, but it feels like you guys haven't had as many like serious injuries in training camp as you were dealing with last year. Are you guys
it wasn't the field last year. That didn't cause it. I would say what and it's what I told you guys a long time ago when we talked about the preseason, how we did these two tests this year, and we were very strict about if you didn't meet the threshold of either being in the green, if you weren't in green and you were yellow or red in your range in the two tests, then we were going to modify your training and make it more individualistic as opposed to group. And so I think as a staff, I think everybody did a really good job of monitoring that with all the players. And the only person that got injured was Kai, and that was more of a in the game. We were playing against the team. It was a bad tackle. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, nothing I can do about that, if you will. But it was a really bad tackle by the other guy, and that's why he was out. Outside of that, the guys have been in a good situation.